But why don't we look at the next match? I think we've got, is it Rock Metal? We'll go with Rock Metal. It's either Rock Metal or Rick Montreal, but I'm going to go with Rock Metal. Sounds like more on vibe. Yeah. So we've got a Red Mega mid-range. Red Megas are, the point of those decks are for control, right? You want to control the flow of the game. You're going to play a lot of actions that copy with the Red Mega Penguin. This is a little bit of a variation with it because it's got a Bunkus and a Silent Snow Globe. The Silent Snow Globe is literally, I feel like, there just to prevent other people if they have Bunkus.
Yeah.
I don't know why else you would have it in a deck, but, you know, so many people are playing Bunkus that you got to have it. But this is definitely a little bit of a twist. There's not as much red as a typical Red Mega mid-range, but the key cards in this are definitely, you know, Send Off, the Popcorn Penguin, the Mukbang Penguin, as well as, is there a Red Mega? Is there even a Red Mega?
No, there's no Red Mega. Yeah.
It's interesting that it's called the Red Mega mid-range, but it doesn't even have one.
Hey, we got
I don't even know what I would call this. I might call this like the rainbow deck, because it's literally got every single color in it.
Yeah, we have a Bunkus even in there. What is that there for? It's got to be anti-mill, maybe?
Yeah, but like there's no, yeah, it has to be. This is an interesting deck. I don't really understand how it's going to be played. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it the right way, but I don't understand. Yeah, some of these cards don't really interact with each other. But I mean, let's just see what happens. I'm not really sure. So, what's the next deck? We got Kendall, Burdette, the Green Mega Caffeine. Ooh, one of my favorite decks. It's a little bit adjusted. It's got the Silent Snow Globe, as well as a Bunkus. Everybody's playing a Bunkus. It's very interesting. I don't know. I don't know why, because it's definitely not necessary for like every single deck. The main point of the Green Mega Caffeine deck is the Green Mega Penguin and Caffeine combo, right? So there's a few cards that you play before it. You play the Introvert Penguin or the Supportive Friend Penguin that are non-color penguins. Those penguins, so the Introvert Penguin is a 2-fish, 6-vibe penguin. And you're like, how is there a penguin that strong for so little? And the reason why is because you can, if there's any other penguins out there, it doesn't participate in the vibe check. So you literally have it out there by itself to accumulate rods, right? You want to get as many rods as possible. And then at some point, you're going to replace that. Some people will sometimes play a sliding penguin because it can also be 6 at 4. But the key is to have a Green Mega Penguin at 5. You ice the Introvert Penguin, and then, the Green Mega Penguin cannot be affected by anything. So what you do is you play the Too Much Caffeine with that, because what that'll do is flop the other players' penguins that are vibing the most, and in return they can they can flop one of your penguins as well, but it cannot be the Green Mega Penguin.
Yeah.
So it makes it really strong. What I would have loved to see in this deck was like inspiring stories, because I think that those go really.
They're there.
They are?
Yeah,
oh,
top center, man.
Sorry, I'm so blind. Apologies. I love those. Inspiring stories are huge. They're a really key part of this deck. And I guess the one card I would love to see was maybe Hot Rod, but that's not a huge deal. Another card, though, that's a good fail-safe is Sneaky Penguin. Sneaky Penguin will be able to show the top card of your deck, and you can decide if you want to take it or put it at the bottom of your deck. So if, you're looking for those caffeines, or you're looking for the penguin, or even a popcorn, you're able to really kind of sift through your deck a little bit more easily. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Why don't we check the action and see what's going on?
Yeah. I was taking a look at that Kendall's list, and I actually thought that there's so much no synergy there because you're trying to almost take out your own stuff with a snow globe. But it looks like we are in probably cycle 5
at least,
or 6 at least
6
now.
Yeah,
we are They are deep in this game, and we've got some action that's going on with that is start the action time. Green Mega Penguin's going to be able to increase its vibe by 1, and then also Popcorn's going to also be on there. This is a pretty complicated board state, and
Yeah.
Inspiring Story is going to be giving the all each of Kendall's uh, Penguins +2 vibe. So looks like Green Mega is going to, probably take care of vibe check for Kendall, but um,
I'm a little confused.
hmm,
Maybe okay. So the popcorn penguin took out the other popcorn penguin. So Kendall's took out. I'm assuming it's rock metal. There's no way that
yeah,
she's
it's rock
named.
metal.
Yeah. But they have an inspiring story, right? So how was that one able to take out the other one?
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's the way it's been. This could be
I
like
think
something
I think
just
they
a
just put it back.
clarification.
I think they just put it back because there's absolutely no way that penguin gets taken off the board.
Yeah,
It's
because
it's a +4 or
Kendall's
+4.
Kendall's Popcorn Penguin got the bonus from Inspiring Story that boosted up the vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the way that this works for vibes is that at the start of action time, you will have these things that will use the start of action time. Looks like Kendall's got a judge call here. So what will happen is that all these things that start. Actually, there's 4 cards at the start of action time for Kendall.
Yeah, that's
You can like
that's a lot.
choose makes those decisions,
Right.
and then the person without the Baron, so Rock Metal is going to be able to, if
Respond.
yeah, if he already had a popcorn out there, he'll be able to respond as well.
Yeah.
And looks like there's a sliding penguin that could have affected the board state too. So, but
Oh, it's gone. I'm so confused.
huh, usually
Um,
so there would be like a simultaneous happening of all these things.
but everything that at the start of the action is it starts with the person who has the Baron,
Hmm.
and they all of their at the start of actions take effect before the other side.
Yep.
So I'm like wondering how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, if there were a popcorn out there and also another popcorn on the other side for rock metal, then both players would be able to eat each other's popcorns. And if they saw it, that
Even though there's an inspiring story.
not with the inspiring
Yeah,
story case. So yeah, I think yeah,
that's why I'm a little confused.
yeah,
But
throw on the inspiring story is going to be, I think, in Kendall's favor, so that a popcorn does exist still on his side.
yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Kendall about this or one of the judges after stream about how this worked because
Yeah.
we obviously don't have volume, so I don't know what's going on, but it's an interesting board we've got here. I mean, rock metal's got what 3, 6, 7, 10, 12 cards. Okay.
Well, 12 to 11 on Kendall's side, so it's still pretty close. We're probably maybe like 1 or 2 cycles away from, seeing a victor over here. But we'll from the board state. What do you think Kendall's going to be able to pull this off with just Green Mega going all the way?
Yeah, I mean, like, unless rock metal has another really strong penguin,
There's the Bashful, but Bashful doesn't it like
it'll disappear. It'll get iced if Kendall doesn't flop it because he's
yeah.
got too much caffeine. So he can literally, like, he could keep it on the board and just not let it participate at all in vibe check. So
Hmm.
I don't. Yeah, there has to be some sort of like board clearing action from rock metal, if they want to win. Well, yeah, if they want to win, yeah. Or they have to get another card out there that is significantly like that is another bashful. But then again, it's gonna get iced after the turn. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a pretty tough action time because each time, like Kendall has to now kind of predict what Rock Metal's going to do. I mean, there's a sliding action that is on Rock Metal's side, and then like if the chosen penguins to flop with too much caffeine.
Uh-huh.
Let up too much caffeine. See if we get it up. Nope. So too much caffeine says at the start of action time, each player may choose a penguin, flop those penguins. So they're each going to be able to, decide which one is going to flop.
Well, with Kendall, the only other penguin he has is Introvert, and that the one doesn't even participate in vibe check. So
No, not at all.
it's really
It's
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, pretty much doesn't matter there.
Looks like he's playing Bashful Swordsman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a big one, but he can even protect that Bashful Swordsman penguin with the too much caffeine.
Yeah.
Just flop his own like best penguin there. All right, got a blossoming penguin. That's just a generic 4 vibe.
But they tie, so neither of them would get removed from the board if they tie.
Oh, if they tie, okay, so they would be safe, and that's
Yeah.
actually to the benefit of Kendall then.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to see, the green mega penguin who cannot be chosen, equivalent of hexproof, or it's just you basically cannot
if they tie, he
ever
wins.
flop that one.
If they tie, he wins. I'm pretty sure he's at 15 right now. He's got 3, 7, 9, 12. Yeah, 15. He's at 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So if Rock Metal has no way of icing a penguin here, it's going to be once Kendall goes through all of action time and vibe check, retains the Baron because it's a tie. 15 plus objects in play plus that Baron, that's game over.
Yeah, it's there's very few things that could probably change the outcome of this game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think, yeah. I don't, and this is in no disrespect, I don't follow every single deck. I don't understand the rock metals. Maybe we talk to her and figure that out, but
yeah. Rock Metal's deck, was that the one with the 4 Silent Snow Globes? I think both of them play, right?
yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, I think we have at least deck list there.
3 silent snow globes. Wow.
All right.
That's ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, what I was trying to figure out with Rock Metal's list
Yeah.
is okay, the risk-taking penguin, that's a fun one. What does that one actually do?
What does that one actually do? That's what is that one? That is trying to
risk-taking.
It's that one.
That one right here. Okay, so
What does it say?
4 fish for a 6 vibe. When this penguin enters the huddle, choose a penguin with vibe 6 or less and flip a coin. If heads, return the chosen penguin to its owner's hand. So vibe 6 or less, that would be your bamboo over there. Mukbang penguin is probably too high, right?
Well, wouldn't she be doing it to Kendall's side? What?
Probably.
Oh, sorry. Wouldn't he be doing it to Kendall's side?
I think so. Yeah, it's maybe you could save your own or replay type thing. That's what I was thinking about at least. But then you're probably going to choose one just to bounce one back up from Kendall's side. I thought Kendall had this in the bag.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
All these sliding penguins. All right, we're deciding through some of the caffeine pieces, or no? Or are we still in?
I think Rock Metal has to decide about if they are going to who they're going to flop.
Yeah.
Which penguin?
It's a tough decision. What would you pick?
I mean, there's not really any good choice. I probably would pick. I don't even know because if Kendall has 15, even if you get rid, even if you flop, if you don't flop the Bashful Swordsman, you're still going to have 14 and draw the card, or you're still going to have 14 and then draw the card.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you don't, and if you pick another one, you're yeah, it's I don't see how maybe I'm missing something. I don't really see how this is gonna affect. I feel like Kendall has this in the bag, but the way he's reacting right now, it
Mm-hmm.
feels like he's like not sure if he has it. Not trying to say he should be acting cocky, but
Yeah.
I don't he seems a little perplexed.
Yeah, the Green Mega that has +4 right now, so that would be up potentially up to 12, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that plus the inspiring story.
Inspiring story.
Hmm.
If both sliding penguins chose one, yep, there we go. If both sliding penguins choose one, then that one will have
So
a total of
Is Mukbang
13.
at a 13?
Yeah, 13 for Mukbang.
Okay. Well, is Rock Metal not flopping anything?
I think the Bashful at the bottom, on the right
Did
side.
did they flop their own? Because there's only one. Only okay. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so Rock Metal may win Vibe Check here. Is that right? With a
Yeah.
Mukbang.
Yeah. Yeah. How many cards do they have?
Let's
They've
see.
got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
three.
6, 7, 8, 9, plus the ones that are underneath his hand.
Is it 14 or 13? I mean, I think
Yeah.
13.
So maybe it's still safe to.
Hmm.
Yeah, without the support of the popcorn penguin from earlier, it's going to be really tough to actually just close out. Because I mean, yeah, the green mega is going to continuously grow. However, is it
They
going
need
to be
a.
fast enough?
They need.
All right.
Did Kendall win? Or no, Kendall didn't win, did they?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7,
14.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep.
Rock Metal
Kendall,
won.
yep. Rock Metal 1.
Wow, bravo, Rock Metal. Bravo.
Just barely over a 12 vibing green mega, and it was 13 for the mukbang.
Man, that one got away from
Yeah.
him.
Very, very complicated board state. You had 4 things coming on Kendall's side for at least the
That
at
was
the start of
intense.
action time.
That was wild. I did not expect that to happen, but I mean, you know, that's the beauty of vibes. You know, you're not out until you're really out. You know, you got to
Totally.
fight till the end of it all. So
I think it was that second sliding penguin that actually made all the difference there. So I mean, even if the bashful swordsman penguin, may have come close to just winning vibe check instead. I mean, like the caffeine was going to keep it in check anyway. So
yeah,
it was not going to help.
yeah, it was yeah. They needed another They needed another 2 caffeines. Like it was
Yeah, be able to flop all the mukbangs.
yeah,
penguins.
yeah, that was an interesting one. But bravo to Rock Metal. So they are now 2-0 and Kendall 1-1, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just still perplexed a little bit. It's like, so when do you play your Silent Snow Globe? Both decks had it, right?
Yeah, I don't know when you'd play your Silent Snow Globe, and I don't know when you'd even play your Bunkus. Like you're not even really icing that much. You know, like I don't see how that works.
You're icing other penguins, but I mean, you don't really want to ice your own.
Yeah, I don't know why you would even need 3 Silent Snow Globes though, because you can't play any more penguins, and so you'd have to wait till the end of the turn, till basically the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need 3? I don't know why you need 3. I mean, I know it's like, you know, the odds of pulling it are better, but at the same time, it feels like more of like a preventative measure than actually something that's going to help your deck progress.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not thinking of the combo that, that is, the right one, but we'll talk to Rock Metal at some point. But
Yeah, that was a very complex deck. I would consider that a meta deck that is probably hating on the meta, and then being able to play Silent Snow Globe at the right time to
Right.
make sure that your bashful swordsman penguin is actually protected, and then continue to build that bashful swordsman's vibe by just playing the inspiring stories and
Right,
just
right.
growing it from there. Because it seemed like we saw the ceiling of the other at the start of Action Times
Yeah.
to really be at about 12 or 13. So if you're at Bashful Swordsman, Silent Snow Globe, you're not dead.
Right.
You can definitely still continue to build your board.
Right.
Even not being able to play Penguins anymore for the rest. Yeah, but
It's really relying on a very few cards, though. I feel like it's
Yeah.
definitely like a
there's some finesse
walking the
to
fine
yeah,
line there. You
definitely nuance of playing that type of deck. Yeah.
Are we good for round 3? I think.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take a break here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Think we-
Well, sorry, I get a little too excited sometimes, but yeah, we'll be back for round 3 in a little bit. But thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in a few.